Hi, I'm Dinnae. This is my tiny house. I call her Manderley. Long story, but yes, she does have a name. I've been living in her for 4 years now. So I started my journey in late 2015. The house was completed. So we've got a lot of miles on this little tiny house. Yeah, wanted to give you a nice little tour. This is the living room. One of the important aspects, and it gives me a lot more room, is I designed this bump out, which is a great place for a guest. It's my couch. If I break my leg, I can't go upstairs. I can sleep here. Not only that, then I have 2 storage areas, and my printer is in the middle. This is something that I did have. This piece, which is a cabinet, I brought with me and designed into the house too. I'm really big on using what you have if you can and recycling. So I had to sort of adapt this very old cabinet and put some, to put a rod in it where you double and triple hang. You learn to double and triple hang when you have a tiny house, and put a mirror. So, and a couple of shelves. So that was, I got to take something with me that was personal, which is nice. So this piece is a cherry secretary. This is my computer area. It's also my, I have 3 drawers here for clothing. So you're putting clothing in any space you can. So not only have those 2, I have this for clothing, which has worked out perfectly. TV on the wall. It's great. It articulates. You can watch television here. You can watch television here. I'm happy to have a chair because, you know, you have a nice place then to interact with people. It's nice to be able to sit in a chair, a nice comfortable chair. I think the downside to my particular house is I don't have a dining table area. I just somehow couldn't incorporate that, and it wasn't a priority, I suppose, at the time. So we do a lot of lap eating. I'm in a little bit of transition now in terms of decor. I'm an interior designer, so I've gone from very cottagey, and now I'm going to a little more tribal, being in a new area. So I'm sort of in that flux right now, but that all works out in the end. Todd Miller of the Oregon Cottage Company built the house. He's an architect, and we co-designed the plan, the floor plan, and it was really an exceptionally good experience. In order to find a simple way of lifestyle, I thought this is going to be perfect. I own this little house, low maintenance, do not have to share walls. Just didn't seem to be anything not to like about it. Bathroom, sliding door, kind of a barn door. Small. I don't spend a lot of time in the bathroom, so I didn't allocate a lot of space to that. It's pretty functional, very much a basic shower. I do have a water softener just because I like clean water. And so other than that, it's pretty standard. I originally had a composting toilet, which I kept for the first 3 years. I've had this actually for under a year, but just thinking about getting older, didn't want to have to deal with it anymore, but it worked out nicely. I thought it was a good environmental thing to do at the time. Because I had such a small space, I had to order a toilet from Italy. We have a very exotic toilet. Yes. One of my other priorities was a refrigerator. Doesn't have to be huge, but this is sort of an apartment size. If anything ever happens and I have to replace it, I have 5 screws down here, so this wall can come out and the fridge can go out again. So that was good. So my kitchen. You'd think I would be a gourmet cook because I really do have a lot of space. I'm not, but it's great working space. I have great counter space. I didn't opt for doors on my underneath cabinets simply because it's an expense. Every time you order a door, it's a lot of money, and I'm quite happy with the way it works out. I have lots of room. My water heater is under here. I installed this cabinet myself, so that was an aftermarket, and then this as well. And it's worked out beautifully. I have an electric cooktop, 2-burner cooktop. Never had a toaster oven in my life. But this works very nicely. It's a Breville, and so it does convection baking and so forth, and seems to fill the need. I've been completely happy with this particular lifestyle. With the house in general, I wouldn't trade it for anything. I always kind of laugh because I tell my son, this is my gift to you, because when I die, you have one trip to the Goodwill, you have one trip to the dump, and you're done. This house, if you can see up at the top, and we may have to get up there later, but one of the main lights, wall lights, is at the end of the wall. So that's where the headboard or the head wall would be for your bed. That was the design of it. And in the meantime, after the house is being built, I discovered that if you ran your bed crosswise, you could climb up, get in your bed, and not have to climb around or crawl around to get in the bed. Not only that, by doing it this way, you created storage space in the back. So if I were to do it over again, I would have that built in at the back for storage space. Now I have a hanging rod, and a couple of shelves, and not as attractive and not as clean as I would have liked. This is a great ladder, and this is one of the little perks that he designed for me. It fits over like so, so you're never going to fall. Mm-hmm. You can fall off, but the ladder's not falling off. This also moves over to what you could call this storage space in the living room behind you too. Like I said, I have storage in the back, and I have a wonderful little electric stove up here. So in the morning when it's cold, because I like to leave my windows open at night, I can just get up and flip that on, and it warms things up here very nicely. I actually have a double bed. I could have put a queen up here, but that just sucks up space, and I don't really need that much space. So that's worked out nicely. Yeah, it's a perfect size for me. I have a great reading light. I learned that the hard way. You must have a good reading light up here. I had to kind of adapt to having this ceiling over me so low. So I was a little claustrophobia for about the first week. And then after that, you just adapt. Storage is usually an issue with people. And so outside storage, things you would not bring in the house. So this really has been a boon, I think, for... Okay, I'll show it to you if you like. The beauty of having that bump out is I have 2 plastic bins and I have a cooler. Anything that's outdoor related can go under here. And that's... for tiny house owners where you can't bring in things inside and you have no garage and so forth, it's just a real nice little thing to have. When I'm in someone's house, I always sort of check myself and say, how would you feel better being back into a large house, a regular size house? And I have to say, no, not especially, no. If you're moving to a tiny house and you need a designer, I'm more than available. You find me at Dinnae Bissell. You can email me at Dinnae, that's D-A-N-E, Bissell, B as in boy, I-S-S-E-L-L, @gmail.com.